Welcome back, Fatties, to the Phat Chat, where the pH is as toxic as your wife cutting your brakes. I'm your host tonight, Joshua, joined by Cisco and Chon. Tonight, Neff will not be joining us. He has business meetings to attend, so he's going to be gone listening to this episode, wishing he was here. Here on the Phat Chat, your interests are our interests, usually. As we've mentioned, we need your help. If the Phat Chat can reach 1,500 followers on Instagram and 1,000 plays on any platform, we will be holding another raffle with a grand prize of 2 topic rights and a PS4. As we mentioned in our last episode, an update on that. With your help, we're a third of the way there. And to be honest, guys, since the PS5 is out, we may be giving you guys a PS5 instead of a PS4. So ramp up those followers, get us that 1,500, and we'll hold that raffle. And hopefully we can get you that PS5. Notice the big hopes and the maybes, and those are dropping. So help us out. Post us on your stories and your feed. Shout us out, and we'll do the same for you. So on tonight's episode, we'll be covering the following topics: dating, who pays for what, and dating with kids. Is it cool? And we're going to have that with our special guest, Eddie the Sancho, and questions from the Fatties. And lastly, stupid experiences. So let's dive into the toxicity of the Phat Chat with dating. So dating people with kids. We put this out on a poll on our IG, and a lot of you saw it. Over like 200 people saw it, and you guys were 50-50 split. So it was 48% and 52% at one time, but one person changed their answer after the poll was taken down, and now it's a 50-50 split. So we're going to go ahead and see what some of you guys have to say. Obviously, it's going to be a split right down the middle of yes or no, and the reasons why. So Ghost Cat JPad says maybe. It depends on who the dad was, why they separated, and most importantly, how cool and pretty the girl is. That's not vain, Ghost Cat.
Not at all.
P.S. I'm already married to a cool and beautiful girl, and she's awesome. Good recovery. Very good.
Yes, nice day. I was like, you know what? I said if he did not say that, he'd be in trouble.
He would be in trouble.
She's listening right now, just about ready to get him with the elbow.
I think his name was Ghost Cat Joypad.
Ghost Cat JPad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure he was probably telling his wife, like, honey, they accepted my response on the Phat Chat because, we're so cool and famous. And she's just like, okay, cool, I'll go ahead and read it. So you owe me because I could have left that out. So the next person we have here, our next fatty is Green Yes J3N. Says it's conditional for me. The only exception would be if the children were already grown and out of the house, or if the child was very young and the other parent is completely out of the picture. So
like dead?
Huh? Probably dead.
Probably dead.
Yeah. I would say dead, unless like it's drug addict, maybe somewhere around the corner.
Or it's like they're dead.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're dead. It's like
so in a coma. They're in a coma.
Basically, like Miss March situation. Don't even just wake up, poop in the bed.
Oh gosh. That was too far, Josh.
That was a little far. I really like what Dr. Popper says. He was on our show before. Really enjoy him. But he said it's conditional for him as well. He's never been opposed to dating a woman with a kid. Just one, no more. He wants to be clear on that. Just one kid, no more. But of course, if that kid wasn't well taken care of, then that really says a lot about her. On the other hand, a woman who would be perfectly fine with or without me and is able to take care of herself and my kid if something were to happen to me, that's really attractive. So he likes strong women. He's broadcasting. He's single. Ladies, 209-8675-309. That's his number right there. So go ahead and give him a call. I think that one, and then also 510-867-5309. So check out both of those numbers. Give him a call. Hit him up. So they're strong. There are strong women made by strong men, or by having men in their lives to help it along. The stronger ones are the ones who've been through the fire. So being a single parent is a sign of that strength.
I like that.
What did you say?
I said I like that.
That is pretty good,
I like
right?
that,
That's
Dr.
what I was
Popper.
saying.
Yeah.
Like what he said was actually pretty, not just valuable, but valid, all in all.
Yeah. And you know what? It takes a confident person to be with someone who is like independent like that, especially if they've had their kids for a long time and they're used to doing everything on their own. Because I mean, if you think about it, if you're dating somebody who has kids and they've been doing it on their own for so long, they don't need you, you know?
Yeah.
And some people can get insecure with that and be like, oh, well, they need to feel needed by the other person, but hey, come get Dr. Poper.
You don't want me. POV,
I don't-
right? Is that POV from Ari? I think it's that one.
I don't know. I'm not as
Looking at
big
you,
a fan as
Cisco.
you are.
Was it 35 and 39? 35 and 35? 34 and 35?
I don't know. I don't listen to that nasty music. I don't know.
So we got probably one of our biggest fatty supporters here.
Oh, man.
Villa
Uh-oh.
Verigi says there's
I think it's Virgie.
Oh, is it Villa Verigi?
Yes, Villa Virgie. Yeah.
Fergie.
So she says that there will be too many problems with the partner. One could take sides and defend the child, which will result in a fight because the parent of the child will think that they're being cruel because it's not their child. So basically, like, it could always be one-sided.
Yeah.
That's what she says, which I can see happening. I can definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not my dad, right? So
Yep.
that's all. I'm just saying that could happen. And then our other fatty, Maybe Babies, Miss Babies Bips, Mabes Babes.
McRib.
The McRib.
She says, heck nah, but with conditions. So, dealing with life as newlyweds and simultaneously raising another's child is daunting, but I'm sure some people can handle it, or I guess it depends on the variables. But if a baby mama is in the mix, then it's a strong no. It changes if he is widowed or if the child is older, etc., and that would change how I feel. So, for you ladies who feel the same, you got a fatty with you in your corner. Not surprised, bro. It's 50-50. What can I say? Like, I was expecting an answer like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how they're all going right now.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What'd you say?
No, I'm just like, that's what it is. We're split.
Dude, it's looking like it's looking like no with conditions and yes with conditions. It's not like just yes or no here.
And yeah, exactly. It's like if they're babies, then yes. If they're like 5 years old, no. If they're 15, yes. It's like, or
if the baby
I seen some
is buried, then yes.
Yep.
If the baby daddy is buried, then yes. I'll go.
I won't throw their tag out there, but and then there was a someone out there that's like, oh, if they're hot, like they gotta be a catch, you know?
Oh,
and I'm just I'm not gonna throw a Instagram tag out there so that people know who they are.
Oof.
But I mean, it's like what I think about that, and I'm like, what makes that person the catch? You know,
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, I think that's relative to each person too.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, bro. That apple in the sparkle of your eye.
Amen. Unless you're just perfect.
Just
then
amen.
yes, amen. Amen. Oh man.
And then we have Shades of Purple. Lastly, we have Shades of Purple. And I like what she said here too. She said everybody needs love. Some have come from abusive relationships and or were cheated on. Just because they have a child or children, they shouldn't have to spend the rest of their life single. I like what she said there because it's true. It's true, man. Like, a lot of people will see that. And it was funny because when I was single and I was starting to get older, one of my friends was talking to me. She's just like, why don't you just go out there and, go have fun and try to find somebody? I said, look, these are my 3 categories. Number 1, she's super broken. Number 2, she's super broken with kids. Number 3, she's super broken with kids and twice my age. Those are my columns right now. Those are my columns. And that's how I feel with this sentence here because, dude, everybody will always have their checklist, right? And it's like, if you're not like the cream of the crop, then you're not even going to be given really a chance, unless it's like that person with the anonymous IG tag. like, you're hot. All right.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'll take you to dinner. I'll take you to
shotgun wedding.
Steak and cheese and Welch's
shotgun COVID wedding, man. That's the thing right now.
Oh God, yeah.
Getting
on
married
Zoom.
In a couple months on Zoom. Yep.
Or on Discord since it's free.
Or Discord, yeah.
That's what our fatties have to say. That's what you guys had to say. We appreciate you guys' answers. We appreciate when you guys go on these polls and vote. It's so awesome to see your guys' opinions. So thank you very much for doing that.
Yes.
So now we're gonna go ahead and get into our guest, Eddie the Sancho. How does the Phat Chat know Eddie? Me personally, known him for about 15, 16 years. He's a great guy sometimes, and he's just really cool with his family, and he's a disciplinarian, or however you say it, disciplinarian. But no, I want to introduce Eddie to the show.
Welcome, Eddie, to the Phat Chat.
Welcome.
Thank you. And I
So
think you're saying disciplinarian.
disciplinarian.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, how are you this evening? You doing good?
Fantastic. And
Oh.
yourself?
Doing well, doing really well. Glad you're on the show. Very glad that you're here to talk about this, because for a lot of people, coming on here and interviewing is not it's out of their comfort zone. So we really appreciate you taking the time and coming on here and answering these questions for us. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So, our first question for you: how did you feel about dating someone with kids before and after?
Well, I don't think it didn't really bother me really at all. When I met my wife, our daughter was 3 turning 4. She had just turned 4. Right?
That's right after we got married. She turned.
No, so yeah, so okay, she was about 2 years old, going on maybe 3. And I don't really think I thought too much about it. Just the relationship that we had was fantastic, and I mean, I thought it was more of a kind of like an added bonus, having a child. But I understand what some people are kind of saying, where like you just don't know where you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And I mean, that's kind of what happened to me. I didn't really fully understand or comprehend the extent of as soon as you're married, you are a stepfather, you're a father right at that point. So but for me, it wasn't that big of a deal. And I mean, we've been married 15 years already.
I hope you got
So it
that
hasn't
one
been
right,
that.
bro.
It is 15 going well, yeah, we're 15.
Going on 30.
August will be 16 years. So so the before and after, I mean, after obviously has been, we're still together.
That's good. Congratulations, by the way. Gonna be 16 years August. That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And so the before, how did you feel before the relationship? Like, just did you ever have that thought in your mind, like that you would be willing to date someone that had a child?
I don't think it ever crossed my mind as like, would I ever date a woman with a child? And then the opportunity presented itself, and I went with it, and that was it.
Dang. And that's
So,
so you just did it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So kind of a sidestep question I have, off kind of building off of Josh's there. Did this change? Like, for example, we have, fatties of different age ranges, right? The youngest to the oldest. Did that kind of change when you were, let's say, young, like 18 to like 25, mid 20s, or did that change from that age range to when you're older now, or was it always just the same? You were always just, okay, I'm okay with it.
Well, like I said, I don't think it was ever really a thing that I thought about.
Yeah.
I got married at 22, so the girls that I dated before that, I mean, they were all single. They were young and dumb. But
Yeah.
but no, I mean, nothing's really changed. Like, the hardest part, I think, for in my situation was and what I think a lot of people don't really understand is, when two people get married and there is no children involved, you actually have that time, your honeymoon time, where you guys are just spending time together, traveling together. Whereas in this part, it's different, because it's not about just you two.
Yeah.
And I mean, Josh, you you and your baby, you know, things are different now. It's not always about you and your wife. It's now, you know, you got a baby involved. So that part of it, you kind of, I guess, you kind of lose out on that part. But I think it actually made our relationship that much stronger going through that.
You know, that's very interesting that you say that, just because of the response that we had, how, you know, being a newlywed with a child, you know, it really could be challenging. That's something that a lot of people wouldn't just, that's not an ideal choice for them, right? And because all of
Yeah.
us obviously have choices. So
Yeah.
that's really good to know that, because that, like you said, it could make your relationship stronger. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yep.
And you know, it's
Preach.
not like tooting my own horn here, but it does take a special person to take another person's child and, you know, bring them into their own, you know, raise them up as their own. And you have to be a pretty patient person and know that, like, you know, you're not the world does not revolve around you. You know, it's you have a family, and that family, when you have kids, your world is turned upside down and it now revolves around your children. And I think that's where maybe some people might be more, I guess, afraid to enter into a relationship like that.
Mhm.
But I mean, if the relationship that you're building um, with the other person, if that's strong enough, then I mean, I honestly don't think that there's any reason why someone could not pursue it. Other than, and I do kind of agree with a little bit of what some people were saying, like the baby mama or baby daddy, if there's a ton of drama, that could be kind of hard. But again, for in my personal experience, it wasn't really terrible. Like he wasn't really that terrible. But it was kind of, there was some moments where it's just like, yeah, no, you got to stop. Like, so I guess all of that, you just got to take it in consideration when doing something like that, pursuing a
So
relationship.
So basically, Fatties, what Eddie's saying, Eddie the Sancho, what he's saying is, you have to be built different. That's a challenge. Be better.
You gotta be built like Ford. Tough.
Oh, found on the road dead. That's what it is.
Yes.
We'll go on to our next question here, Eddie. How was your mindset in the relationship, knowing that one day you'd be the father, one day you'd be the pappy?
Um, I would say at the beginning it was just more like I don't think I thought of it that much because I wasn't going in and saying, okay, I'm your dad. Because that, I mean, I'm not there to replace her dad, you know? I'm there in a relationship with her mother, and in time I can be that father figure, but you can't go in trying to say I'm your daddy now and I'm going to say what I say is what's going to go. You can't do that because one, that's not your child, and that's how you pretty much create problems in a relationship, and you don't want to do that. So that, I mean, I didn't really go into it with that mentality. um it's a relationship that, I mean, has to grow organically.
I like that. I do like that, because that kind of goes back um, Villa Vergi, what is it? V, Vergi?
Virgilicious.
Virgie?
The Virgie.
Fergalicious.
It's Fergalicious.
Fergalicious.
You're talking about Via Virgie. Yes.
Yes, via Fergalicious.
Yes.
So we're
She also seconds as my mother.
we love you, Mama Chone. But it kind of goes back to what she's saying, that could cause problem, right? Like with one person, like all of a sudden stepping in, and then it's like, hold on a second, you're not their parent. Like, let me handle it right now the way how it could be. Like, it could cause problems like that. If am I right in
Well,
saying that? You think?
it can, but like in my personal situation, um, you can't go in and automatically think that you're going to be the disciplinarian. Like that is for, the actual parent to do that. You're just pretty much there to kind of support and guide, you know. Maybe if the relationship, again, if the relationship grows, then yeah, you know what, then you can kind of slowly add in a little bit, like discipline yourself. But for the main part, I mean, you don't want to discipline someone else's child right away without having that relationship built already, because then yes, you're going to have issues right then and there with your spouse about that.
Okay, I think that's a fair answer.
That's it. Yeah. Don't jump into a relationship trying to be a dictator with these kids now, guys.
Oh, I'm glad you finished that with Tater. Very glad you finished that with Tater. So
I just
we, we got our last question for you, Eddie. So, what advice can you give people who may be on the fence of dating someone with kids, or who simply say no?
Well, if you simply say no, I mean, that's your choice. um if you're on the fence, I mean, you have to think deep down inside for yourself about, what it is you want in life. If you have a real connection, um with whether it's a girl or, the guy, you just got to ask yourself if it's worth it. You know, whatever. If the relationship on, like the ex is involved, I mean, that's just something that's going to happen. Again, like some of the people that were saying, it depends. Some people have come out of abusive relationships. It's not their fault that they're single with a child, because they had to get out of an abusive relationship. Maybe they need someone who cares about them like you, and they can, almost not pay back, but like,
Like restart their lives.
yeah, yeah, and you get that relationship, and it just builds and builds and gets to be one of the greatest relationships ever, and that's what I feel, what I have with my wife and with our daughter and our son. That for me, it was never, I never introduced my daughter as my stepdaughter. She was always my daughter, and I've raised her. She's 20 years old, or gonna be 20 years old already, and it's never been anything different. So if you're on the fence, again, I think you have to just ask yourself, is this something that I can do? Is this something where you have to be patient? You can't just go in and be the I'll steal the Chon's word, the dictator, and try and come in and be the boss of everyone. No, it just takes a lot of patience and a lot of work, as far as you and your significant other, as far as like how, what the limits are going to be when you become, part of the family. So there's a lot to think about, and again, if it's not for you and you say no, then that's your decision. Yeah, it depends on the strength of that person, especially in themselves.
So then, for those who are listening, who are on the fence of being with somebody, Eddie, can you say, would you go back and do it again?
Absolutely.
I like that.
No doubt in my mind. Like, again, we've had our ups and downs, but we're writing 15 years already, and I mean, I wouldn't change anything in the world.
So basically, what I'm hearing is that if you're gonna date someone with kids, it's all uphill from here, buddy. That's it. No, but that's
It's
really
not it's not for everybody. It isn't. I mean, I'll be honest. Like if someone's kind of, and not to make it sound mean, but if someone is like really into themselves or just being selfish about what, I just want this for me, it's all about me, then yeah, this is not probably for you, because it's not all about you. And
Yeah.
that's something I had to learn, pretty harshly, I guess, because again, I wasn't certain into what I was getting into, and it was something that just had to evolve. I had to evolve into. Like I knew I had to learn where my place was and learn what I can and cannot do as far as being a step parent, being recently married.
Yeah, because I mean, shoot, dude, you can't. I mean, even if you have kids later on, one way or another, the point is that when you have the mindset of having a family, or you do have a family, it's no longer being selfish. You have to now be selfless.
Yeah.
And if you don't go in with that mindset, then you may not succeed.
Yeah, and I mean, again, going into a relationship, if there's a child involved, that child did nothing to be in that situation. So I mean, again, I feel like it takes a different type of person to be able to get into a relationship with another person that has a child already.
I agree with that 100%. Only because I don't know if you've listened to our other episodes. There was an episode, I think it was episode 2, that we talked about not manhood, fatherhood. We talked about fatherhood.
Yep.
And we relayed an experience about this dude from YouTube who basically like was he raised the girl for like 3 years, found out that it wasn't his, and just made this whole big scene about it, but went about it the wrong way and like kicked them out on the street, and stuff like that. And it really made me personally upset, because it's like at that point, then were you ever really gonna want to take care of a child? You know what I mean? Like I understand that if you were mad about the whole situation, but so for those who haven't listened to episode 2, go ahead and listen to episode 2 and you'll find out what I'm talking about. But that kind of goes into that. And I like that you pointed that out, that, you do have to be a different type of person, different type of mindset, mentality in going into that and being selfless.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard it myself, but just by what you're describing, he totally went off on the wrong person. Like, I mean, I think if I was in that situation, I wouldn't be upset at the baby or my child and just say, well, screw you, you're not mine, I'm not going to take care of you. I'd probably be more pissed off at my, the mom.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I mean, when you have that relationship with the child, that bond, this, your baby is what, almost a year old?
Yeah. Gonna be, I think, like 4 months away. Yeah.
I mean, that bond that is created, as soon as you see your baby grow in the womb, and then when you get to hold your baby just after being delivered, there's no bond greater than that. And yeah, that would suck to be, to hear the news of like, yeah, it's not yours. Cool, that sucks, but
But that bond
I
should
don't know.
already be
For
there.
me,
Yeah.
yeah, that bond would be there.
And that child's going to view you as their parent,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That baby's not going to know any different. So,
Well, there it is, folks. That is the challenges and the acceptances of dating with children. So thank you so much, man. We really appreciate you being on the show and answering those questions and letting everybody know, I mean, obviously you didn't go in depth, but at least the gist of how it is and the mentality you have to have. And, it's not easy, folks. It's not easy, even just to have a regular family. It's not easy. So thank you, Eddie, for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sayonara.
So I guess our topics are relationships and dating today, huh?
Basically.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, now we're gonna go into who pays for what with dating, bro.
You know what? Let me just start. This is the 21st century. All them strong. Hold on. All them strong, independent women that need no man. Take a man out to dinner.
Amen.
Buy his food.
Amen.
Amen.
That's
Blessed
it.
be
Amen.
the way.
Preach. Preach.
Blessed
You know what?
be the way.
That's yes. Blessed be the way. This is the way. Totally just kidding, guys. I'm gonna get unfollowed immediately.
8675309. If you still find that attractive, go ahead and
Yes, that's probably why I'm single. Come buy me dinner.
be like, I have a perfectly good freezer and fridge in my home that is stocked. So go ahead
Bagel
and
bites?
What? Bagel bites?
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock bagel bites, man. Those are good.
Dude, those are good. Tortino pizza rolls.
Yeah,
Telling you,
Those are pretty good.
I eat like a college student, baby. But
always.
we'll go into
So-
who pays for what, and we had the fatty votes. We put a poll out there as well. 92% of you say men should pay, while 8% say women should pay.
Dude, where's the equality?
Dude, there is no
There's
equality.
none. There's no
When
equality.
it comes to certain subjects, equality. What? What do you mean?
I mean,
What do you
the
mean?
Fat Chat is a podcast with 4 dudes. This episode's only 3. But like,
There you go.
you really think we're not gonna get we're not gonna be biased here, ladies? Come on now.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
mean,
I'm just saying, I'm part of that 8%. No,
right? Oh man, no. I honestly, I just want to say, I know Josh mentioned it before. I really, really like reading you guys' comments. Keep it up. Keep talking to us. Let us know when we put these polls out. Give us your opinions, your thoughts. I'm enjoying it, and we like talking about it. You know, that way we're all cohesive and involved together, talking about our topics that we got going for us.
because you're
So-
not alone. You are not alone.
You got to finish it.
It's like that.
I am here with you.
Okay, enough.
Oh man. Well, quite a few of you guys, quite a few of you fatties feel the same way. Like for example, Cheeky's 94, Tapioca 6, Hana Matic, Himeba 2002, and Liz Longlegs. They all feel like it should be 50-50. Tapioca 6 says it's honestly an expected thing for men to pay in a relationship from a lot of women. The reason obviously being is because they are the man and wear the pants, quote unquote, in the relationship. Though I think that to be fair, it should be at least 50-50 because it doesn't matter whether or not you wear the pants or whatever they say it is. To me, I believe it's proper etiquette. So especially if he is buying everything, how do you expect people to treat you with respect if all they see is that you're being spoiled in some kind of way? I actually like that answer because that kind of goes into like a deeper level of pride. Like, you know, other women can see you as like, don't you have some pride? Why don't you pay for you guys? Or why don't you pay for yourself? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Himeba 2002 and Liz Longlegs are on the same page as well, saying that they like to treat their friends, and it would show some sense of teamwork in the relationship rather than just, you know, it's always being one-sided. So
wait, I'm kind of confused. Is Himeba 2002 and Liz Longlegs, are they going to be treating friends or boyfriends?
I think
it says
boyfriends.
okay, because they said friends. I was like,
No,
I think you got to be clear there.
I think boyfriends, bro. I think
Okay,
they like
okay.
treating their boyfriends. So
Okay, we'll say it like that.
Oh, dude, there's 2 of them. Himeba 2002 and Liz Longlegs. Look, we have 2 people on the screen. We got Chancho and
My God,
we got Cisco.
I was like, wait, what are you doing?
I was like, what?
Hey, you guys are both in luck. We both have the same number. What is that, Josh?
8675309. Hit them
Yep.
up. Hit them
us
up,
up.
ladies. And then you have fatties like D-Storm Journalist who says everyone should pay for themselves. Hoorah! Everyone should pay for themselves.
Oh man.
Like, you got a job, right? So you need to prove that you can take care of yourself before I take care of you.
Preach.
And then we have fatties like Jactimus Prime, Simply Simone, and then this anonymous woman who believe chivalry shouldn't die, that a man should be able to provide for his lady. However, there's still nothing wrong with a woman paying, just not all the time. So they don't mind it if a man pays, but you know they'll pay from time to time too. But they should they expect the man to pay. Lastly, we have our fatties J Larks 93, Where the Beans At, and Awkward Shadow. They all believe that it's conditional. Whoever initiates should be expected to pay, and ultimately, in the end, it shouldn't matter because if both of you are eating, then you're good. So that's their opinion on it. But what about you guys? What do you guys think?
Well, I already started out. I mean, the women should pay for it all. But I mean, No. I kind of like how Jay Lark's 93, the Beans, and the Awakened
Beans.
Shadow, said, I kind of agree with everybody. I don't think chivalry should die. And if I'm gonna ask someone out on a date, I already have in my mind that I'm gonna cover it.
Right.
I'm inviting you out. I'm asking you on a date. I'm gonna treat you. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want to do. However, if let's say I go on a few dates and then second, third date, she's like, "Hey, I want to cover for it." I'm not gonna say no. I don't have any idea any problem with that. I know there's some guys out there that have problems. No, if a woman pays, they feel humiliated. They feel like they're not a man, especially like in front of a server. I've known people that were their girlfriends or even their wives would pay like, "Oh, here," and they would have them take the money out of their purse before anyone comes around and give him the money so he can give the guy the waiter the money, so it looks like he's paying even though the other person is. I don't really have that kind of pride issue, but I mean, I feel like I'm kind of old school. Chivalry shouldn't die. A guy should be able to take care of his girlfriend, his wife, and it's nice when she's like, "Hey, let me take care of this for you. Let me take care of the dinner tonight, the movie, whatever." It's nice and it feels good. And for the guys out there that don't like it, let them. Don't take that joy from them. Don't take it away from them. Let them do that.
And that's what I was gonna say. I think it's pride on both sides, because if you can see that your girl is really wanting to pay for you, or it's just like excited that she got, like, let's just say it's her first check, right? She got $5,000 on her first check. I don't know what she does. We all know what she does. So she probably got her first check and she wanted to go out to, chicken and waffles or something with you. And she was just like, "Let me get you."
Why chicken and waffles, dude?
Huh?
Because that's amazing.
It's so good.
Really, dude? I would prefer like pizza or something as a first check. I'd
Hey,
be like,
Stan-
"Oh, you're paying? Let's go to Mountain Mike's."
Wait, hey, hold on. Hey, scoot back a little bit. No, really, scoot back a little bit. I want to see something. No, not you. You, Cisco. There you go. Oh, you see what I'm doing there? He's like,
"Oh, I don't."
Are you promoting Mountain Mike's? But what shirt
You
are you
mean
wearing?
this?
Oh, wow. He legit said, "You mean this?"
Over here promoting Mountain Mike's wearing a Little Caesar shirt. Shame on
Hey, man.
you. Shame on you.
Where the
What can I
money's
say?
going.
It's quality.
Follow
Equality.
the money.
Yeah, but I mean, all in all, I think it can be. I'll kind of wrap up my concept of it can be 50-50. I want to pay for it, that's just me. But if it gets offered, by all means, it'll feel nice. I don't mind being treated every now and then. So it kind of can go both ways.
But
Yeah.
I think it's generational, cultural, and situational. It's all those three things, because you can have people in one generation saying, "Hey, I'm always going to pay for you." Then you have a culture who downplays, the whole thing, and it's just like, "No, this is how it's going to be because this is the way how we do it." And then it becomes situational when you have people who break the mold, who are like okay with letting their girl pay once in a while, and it's situational like that.
Yeah, and I think we were talking. Was it a couple days ago? I was texting. Oh no, I think we were on a phone call, and we were kind of going over the responses that our fatties were sending us, and I think I mentioned it to you that not in the super detail, but it looked like the younger generation was more open to the girl paying, men and women. The younger ones were like, "Oh no, I want to pay. I can pay for it," or whoever everyone pays for themselves, or they didn't see anything wrong with, "Hey, the girl can pay for it," or it wasn't like expectation. But the difference is you have the older ones, like you said, the older generation are more, "Hey, chivalry shouldn't be dead. Chivalry shouldn't die. The man should take care of it." And I thought that was really interesting. And that's another reason why I really like that that you fatties are in tune and just sending us messages, because then we can kind of see, this generation is saying this, and the difference is it's interesting to see one side from the other.
Yeah, and it's actually funny. Have you seen that movie? Why Did I Get Married? Or why? And no, it was the Why Did I Get Married 2, the second one.
No, I haven't even seen the first one.
It's actually a really, really good movie. It's by by Tyler Perry. It's one of his films. And
Oh, I think I did watch that.
yeah,
Is it the one with what's her name?
Janet Jackson.
Medea?
Huh?
I don't know. Never mind.
Oh, well, it has Janet Jackson. Tyler Perry's obviously in it. But there's other stars too.
Yeah, I think I watched the first one.
Yeah, when they were in Colorado in the snow.
I don't remember.
Oh, it's okay.
I think I watched
Don't worry about it. But in the second one, the husband, who was it? It was well, you don't know the characters, but Sheila's
No.
husband. They moved from Colorado to the South, and he couldn't find a job, and he was just like, "You don't let anybody know our business." Like there were keywords that triggered him, and in the movie, he's just like, "You don't let anybody know our business. Like I can't let anybody know that I can't provide for you. Like that's my job. That's my role. That's what I need to do for us and the family." Even though she had a good job, she was still able to provide for them. He was still just very, salty about it. And that's why I'm saying I think it could be a cultural thing, because for some men, they cannot let that go. Like for some men, that's all they have. You know what I mean? Like if they can't provide for their family, that's it. Like I what am I worth?
Yeah.
So it's hopefully that's not the issue for any of our listeners. Because if so, I'm not trying to say go get help. I'm just saying let go. It's about to be 2021. Everybody at this point, I think 2020 should have shown everybody. And I mean, generations before it should have shown everybody. But for right now, I think 2020 should have showed everybody how much teamwork helps and how much
Definitely
everybody as a whole needs to start working together to make things come true and happen. So I think this is a learning curve for a lot of those people who, shoot, man, they got laid off. They weren't able to provide for their family, and it ended up falling onto the person who was still working through the quarantine. So hopefully that didn't happen to you, but hopefully this year could show you that relationships in life are about teamwork always. So
yeah. I want to hear about you, Cisco.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Let's hear it. Give us the wisdom.
Yeah, give us the younger generation.
The younger generation wisdom.
Give us the Gen Z wisdom, bro.
No, dude, I agree with you guys. I think, of course, the guy should be able to pay like most of the time. But if the girl wants to pay, go ahead. Let's go get some mountain mics you're paying. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
No,
that's
Red
basically
Lobster, bro. Red Lobster. You know those biscuits? Flame.
Dude, those biscuits are so good.
They're
They are
so
really good.
good. Even the
So if a
homemade
girl-
ones.
So if a girl was to ask you out, Cisco, and says, "Hey, do you want to go on a date with me?" and she's gonna cover everything, would you have deep down? Would you have it like even just a little bit, just a little inclination, be like, "Oh, I don't know," or you would just be like, "You know what? Go for it. Like, take wine and dine me, girl."
I mean, I would let them pay, I think.
You would.
Yeah, I don't have any, like, even in my head, like when I saw that story that Josh posted, I think I was like, oh, if they want to pay, go ahead. As long as they're not paying all the time, then it's
Yeah. Okay.
So would that hurt your pride?
No, it wouldn't hurt my pride. My pride is unbreakable.
Your pride's unbreakable, unshakable, unburbable. Got it.
But yeah,
Oh, that's good. Huh? What? What'd you say?
I said, but yeah, so
Oh, okay.
that's what I said.
So you want to buy me dinner, Cisco?
Anytime,
Hey,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
as long as you
I
pay,
like
I'll
it.
buy it.
as long as you pay, I'll buy it.
$4.99 at the back door. That's it.
The little
We had
boxes.
a $4.99 deal too. Ended last week.
Ah, dude.
Well, thanks for the late news, bro.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I don't know.
You know what? That sounds like a stupid experience. I'm gonna bring that one up later.
We'll bring that one up later.
I'm gonna bring
do
that
that.
up. Remind me.
But for now, we're going to go into the questions that we have from you fatties. So last week, we asked you guys to shoot us some questions that way we can answer on here. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 questions out of the thousands that we had that we picked. So
I think we had millions. I'm not sure. I have
probably
to double.
billions, dude.
We had to filter through them.
Billions. Where is it at? Oh, yeah. So have you accomplished any goals that you set by the time you reached your current age? If not, how long before you feel you can accomplish it?
Oh, I have actually, yeah.
Ooh, preach on it. Speak it.
I wanted to get a job when I was 16, and then I was like, oh, dude, I'm so young. I still have school, and I want to hang out with the bros after school. So I was like, I want to get a job before I'm 18, and I did it.
Yo, for real?
Yeah, yeah, that was good.
Nice. That's legit. That's cool. Because a
Mhm.
lot of people do, they wait until they're like 35 to get a job.
Yeah, or they're like
Yeah.
23 with no experience trying to go for an office job, and I'm like, yo, they're not gonna hire you, dude. You know what I mean?
Just
You
fresh
need
out
Little
of
Caesars
CSU
experience.
Stanislaus.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
For me,
Hey,
oh
good
no, go
job
ahead.
though, bro.
Huh?
No, I just want to say good job. Congrats, man. Congrats on that job again.
Oh yeah, definitely. Congrats. Because yeah, no, for real. Like a lot of people don't have like
Yeah.
that drive to actually go do something. Like they'll speak it into existence, but they'll do nothing about it. You know.
Yeah.
So
Especially
that's really
a
cool.
lot of the young, I've seen it. A lot of the young, especially
Ooh, yeah.
the younger ones. They just I've seen a lot of them just kind of coasting. I don't need to work. I don't need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I was younger, I was working outside doing gardening since I was like 5 years old. Not doing much, but my dad was teaching me work ethic. Hey, you got to work. So
Oh, dude,
kudos to you, man.
actually, yeah, thank you. Since I was like in 8th grade, I would like go around and I would like mow people. I would mow people's yards or like rake the leaves in front of their yards for like 5, $10. And I
Yeah,
think that was
man.
like my first like time trying to get money just from like little things like that.
Dude, I used to hustle during school. I used to get CDs that people didn't want. Like I would always ask around for things that people didn't want, and then I'd buy people's lockers and then I would sell them to other people, like who weren't able, like they would come into school, right? And they
Yeah.
would all be freshmen, and like all of these juniors and seniors who were gonna like get ready to shift out. I would just buy up their lockers and then sell it to all the freshmen who didn't get lockers picked
Dang.
on their day or whatever.
That's
Yeah, dude.
smart, dude.
Dude, I used to do that. I used to get all the stuff. Like I'd get new products. Don't ask me how I get this stuff. I get CDs, games, like PC games. Dude, like when Sims was super in style on the computer.
I love
Like,
Sims, man.
dude, I love Sims on the PC. And I used to get all that stuff. And dude, I would use like 2 or 3 lockers to stock all my product. And then after that, I would just go ahead and sell it. I got the idea from a friend who started that. Like he started in 8th grade because in his middle school they had like lockers and stuff. And he told me about it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna see if I can make some money the way that this guy's making money. And yeah, I did. So like that was my hustle. I would come out like probably a good 300-400 a month.
Dang, that's
Got
a lot
at
of money.
what, at like 14? Yeah, 14 as a freshman.
Yeah.
Just
And
started doing that.
back when you were 14, man, hamburgers were like 5 cents, right?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That's a good one. No, bro, that was sliced bread. That was sliced
That was
bread.
like-
Burgers were
Actual
25
bread.
cents and 27 with
Oh,
cheese. Yo,
oh
no,
my
really. Do you
God.
remember that deal that McDonald's used to have?
Back
They would have yeah, dude. They would have oh, it was in the 90s and they had it on special. They would have this commercial come on the radio and they'd call it hambaggers. They'd call it hambaggers and cheesebaggers. And they would say that hambaggers were 25 cents or no, was it 25 or 35? I think 25 or 35, and then cheesebaggers were 47 cents or something like that. But the price of a hamburger at McDonald's at that time was 89 cents, I think. So, I mean, it was stupid cheap anyway, right? I mean, not then, it was still a little pricey,
Yeah.
but the sale itself was crazy. So you can get like 3 or 4 hamburgers, like just the regular kind, like the regular cheeseburgers that they have right now at McDonald's. Right now, it's like 130 something for a cheeseburger, I think, or 140 something just for a cheeseburger. And then, so you compare that with like the 37 or 47 cents. Dude, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember that, but I just remember the days where the dollar menu was actually a dollar, you
Oh
know?
yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know who
But
started that? You know who started that was Wiener Schnitzel.
really?
Yeah, Wiener Schnitzel started that, and the only way how I remember that is because before all the dollar menus and stuff, my uncle would take us to Wiener Schnitzel around the corner, and that every single time I was with him, that's where he took us, and he would always be like, he'd bring his book of coupons, and he'd be like, look, I want this, and that, and then the owner there, he already knew him because he went there all the time, and he was just like, yeah, go ahead and take this. But my uncle would always tell me, he goes, this is the future. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, this is the future. This whole dollar thing, this cheap value menu, he goes, this is the future of fast food. And dude, within like 5 or 6 years, then all of a sudden came out the dollar menu, like the real dollar menu, the value dollar menu. And but yeah, dude, Wiener Schnitzel was the first one to really start doing that.
Yeah.
In there.
That's crazy.
Oh, I think we got off track. So my goals.
Did we?
Oh yeah, we started talking about middle school hustles and everything.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, for my goals, I've accomplished everything that I've really like set out there, except for a few other things. But like for sure, like having a car, like having my car outright, I completed that a little bit after I thought that I would. Being married, having a child, having a home, like all that stuff I've accomplished before I was 30, and I gave myself that time limit before I was 30 to have all that stuff, and I did. There's a few things. Like for one biggest thing, I want my career to be in the Forex market, but obviously I see that happening, like replacing my income in like maybe 3 years, around there. So I mean, it's a skill set, just like doctors who go to school, and you know, everyone who goes to college for 4 years is the same thing. I've only been at it for like a year. So I gave myself that time limit, but that's what I want to do.
Well, me, I guess it's my turn, right? So let me not get too emotional. I was supposed to be married at 21. Okay, seriously, guys, no. No. So my biggest, I did want to own my own home before I was 30. I haven't done that yet, but I have my own little place, you know, and I'm okay with that. And I actually think it's better now that I have my own little place. Now I don't even know if I want because I would want like a 3-4 bedroom, I wanted a significantly nice sized home, right?
Mhm.
Now that I realize upkeep being all by myself have to do, I said, heck no, I don't want a big old house. I want a small one. And I don't really feel like I'm in a rush to get a house, especially, you know, I mean, I don't like bringing up. Yeah, I don't like bringing up all the time because everyone's always talking about, oh, how bad 2020 is and how bad it was, and it's been bad, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't want to dwell on that. So I mean, I'm glad I didn't have a house, and during this time, but I'm not in no rush. I wanted to buy a car, you know. I own my car outright, like you said. I just wanted to be able to purchase the car all on my own, without anybody's help, you know, no help with down payment and like that. Just do it on my own. I've done that. I'm not really, I don't know. I was a little bummed about the whole house thing, but I don't really feel like I should put a time limit on it. You know, there's no really time limit. I feel like when the time comes, it's going to happen. I think it should be organically, just like the same way, like relationships and being married and stuff like that. It should happen organically. I feel like if you try to rush something or just try to jump into something so quick because you're like, oh no, I'm this old, I'm 31, I'm 32, and I need to be married, I need to have a house. That's when you start just looking past certain things. Then afterwards, after you jump into that situation, you realize, oh man, I probably shouldn't have done this so quickly. I probably should have second guessed. Probably should have done this and this and that. And then it just
Because now
kind
you're
of
acting out of desperation at that point.
And yeah, so like I said, the house, the marriage, whatever, it all should be organically. I'm not in no rush for any of it. So as far as like goals that I wanted to accomplish, I have so far. There's a few that I still have to do, but I don't really think I should put a
limit
a
on it.
limit on it. Yeah, definitely not.
And that's how I felt. Like I said, I gave myself until 30, and
Mhm.
as I kept, and the reason why is because I was like, that's more than enough time to do what I want to do. And the reason why I even gave myself that is because I knew that by going forward in time, obviously you're going to be able to become wiser, and you're going to see that even if I didn't hit that stuff by 30, I already told myself and convinced myself to learn how to live single when I turned 24. Like just learn how to live single, live your life, do what you want to do, because that you're not going to have another opportunity to do it. And that's when I was at that time, I was just like, well, shoot, my mindset switched, because even though I have my 30-year time limit, so what if I don't hit it? You know what I mean? That's why I'm not even tripping over these other things that I have to do, because, we have time. Like that'll happen.
Yeah, like it'll all kind of work itself
It'll work
into
itself
play.
out.
I agree.
So our next question is, what age do you wish you could stop aging?
22.
Like physically or
Yeah, just aging.
aging.
Mm-hmm. You said 22, Cisco?
Yeah, 22.
Why?
Because like you're still seen as like really young by basically everyone who's older. But I mean, you're kind of an adult and you could drink.
True.
No,
True.
but yeah, dude, that just seems like a nice age. Like
Yeah.
physically, that's a good age too. Maybe 22, 23, around there.
I can kind of agree with 22, and the only reason is because I think 22. No, is it 23 that testosterone starts dropping? I think it's like 18 is like max. 18 is max testosterone, and then like I think 22 or 23 it starts dropping year after year. Something like that.
I think so.
So I think I can agree with that. Something around there.
Mm-hmm.
Because either way, it's not like you're not going to keep living. It's just your age stopped.
Yeah.
So one way or another, you're still going to be able to like have wisdom, because your years are going to pass. It's just you stopped aging at 20 at 22.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, see,
I just Googled it right now, and it says testosterone reaches its maximum at about age 17, and levels remain high for the next 2 to 3 decades.
Oh. All right. Shoot. I thought it started decreasing like at 23.
Well, it looks like your facts were wrong.
Fact check.
I don't know, man. Okay, so the reason I asked about the aging is because I know I don't know the proper word for it, but at age 25, our frontal lobe here gets fully developed, and we are able to have better reasoning than when we're younger.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, so the age I would say like 26 to 28. Because I mean, I feel like this is just about me personally. I accomplished so much from 25. As soon as I hit 25, I traveled out of the country. I started traveling. I got to go out and I went to South America for 2 months, and I lived out there for 2 months. Got my own car, and that's when my traveling journey started. And I feel like I was super high energy, and I was able to just go. Now, I feel like a little more tired, but I feel like that's a good age. After 25, that way you'll have better reasoning and the decisions you make. And on top of that, I lost my train of thought.
Well, let's just say that if
but
you stopped aging at 22, but your brain development was still normal, like just the physical portion of you stopped aging.
Okay, then.
Yeah, 20.
I would have to say 23, 22. I would have to agree with that.
Cisco's got a business meeting.
Yeah, I did. It was important pizza business.
I see.
Yeah, see, that's my problem. I overthink everything. So when I think of aging, I take into consideration, like you said. But if it's that scenario that you said, our brain keeps going. We keep developing mentally and all that, and just physical age, then I would say 23.
23.
23. Yeah, 23
Dude, that's
definitely.
so interesting, isn't it? That's so interesting that it's in the 20s. It's in the 20s that we would stop aging. Now I really want to know what the fatties think about that.
I wonder.
We should have a poll on that.
What would old people think? What age would old people pick?
Well, don't call them old people.
Too. You know what? Honestly,
wise people.
Oh, what would elderly age?
elderly
dust breathing. No,
yeah, because
not old people, but
I mean, because
age people.
Because you and I, Josh, we're in our early 30s, so we can't really speak on how it feels to be in our 40s. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in the 40s, people were like, "Hey, in my 30s, I was in my prime." Because I mean, you see people who are like 30 something, and they're out there. They're define what everybody says that, oh, after you hit 30, you slow down, you can't do this, you can't do
Right.
that. Doing the whole mountain biking, extreme sports, and just living, right?
Mhm.
So who knows? That can be totally different from somebody who's 40, 50s, because if you think about it, let's say we all live to 100 years old, right? And we're talking about 23. That's not even a
That's not
quarter
even a
of our
quarter of
life.
life. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's super, super. I don't want to say premature, super young. If we're gonna say our life is 100 years old, I mean, granted, not a lot of people live to that age, but I mean that's more or less the expectancy, 80 to 100, right?
Mhm.
So that's a very, very like a small portion. So it's interesting. We should do a poll about that. I want to know.
Because the people that I mean, obviously, you already know I work in sniffs. So, like, people who are there are in their 90s. Some are 110. Like, one person was 110. They passed last year. But, like, speaking of those people, dude, they usually will pick their 30s or their 40s. Like,
Really?
like when you talk about, like, the best times in their lives, they don't talk about, like, their childhood a lot. They don't talk about, like, the young adult. They talk about their 30s and 40s. Like, that's what made them during that time. And so it's like, man, I don't know, that'd be a good question. I think that'd be a better suited question for a larger audience than just us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. What's the word that they use in the meetings? We're gonna parking lot that.
Oh
and
yeah,
we'll
we're
put
gonna
it on.
we're gonna put it on the table.
We're gonna
We're gonna
parking lot
table
that.
it.
Yeah.
So how do you who do you feel is the most influential person today and why?
One
Tony
answer.
Stark. Tony Stark.
Tony Stark. I think Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Mhm.
What's his name? I think
Dave
it's 4
Filoni.
letters.
Probably Drake.
Hulk. Hulk
Beyonce.
smash.
No, I think it's Black Widow, bro. I think it's Black Widow.
Ariana Grande.
Yes. Screw everything I just said. Ariana
Yeah.
Grande. That is the most influential
know,
person
dude.
today.
Ariana or Ariana?
Oh, she loves Ariana. I asked her personally.
Oh, thank you.
Dave Filoni is pretty. What's his name? Or what's that word?
Which
Not
one?
inspirational. Influential. Dave
Influential. Yeah.
Filoni.
Well,
I
most
feel like
influential.
I'm pretty influential too.
Who?
Me.
Oh. Oh, Cisco. You crack me up. The legit though. As of right now, today, shoot, man. I probably would say it would have to be Meg Thee Stallion, Ariana Grande, or Beyonce.
I'm just kidding.
I thought it was all about Jay-Z.
Nah, bro.
No.
And I
all
don't
about
even like
Kanye.
Beyonce. I'm gonna die
He
for
almost
saying this. I
became
don't even like her.
president, dude. I think it's Kanye, dude. He almost became president. He
I was
like,
gonna
what,
say
2
you
votes
better.
away?
None of you. I was gonna say none of you better say Kanye. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Kanye. 2024, Kanye.
There's some pretty good memes out there of like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good memes about him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Whenever somebody goes crazy, whenever a guy goes crazy after they lose like their mom or something, a coworker of mine says, "Oh, they're going Kanye."
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Have you seen him as a guest on David Letterman?
No.
Dude, you need to watch him on Netflix. It's actually it's a really, really good interview with him. And then like a lot of people will see why at that point, like why he is the way he is. Obviously he's mentally ill, but
Yeah.
you know, if you just gotta watch it. It's such a good interview. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved watching it.
Yeah. Some of the stuff he says, it's like, what?
It's
really
off the wall,
Yeah.
dude.
It's like, what? Are you? Poor man. He's lost it.
Yes. Well, we were just talking about characters. What's your favorite Marvel, DC, manga, or other character, and why?
Think
I'm
my
gonna say
favorite-
Stark.
Yeah. Stark.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Stark. Sorry, man. Well, who's your favorite?
Batman.
From Marvel.
No, Marvel, DC, manga, or
Oh.
other character. So anyone. What's your favorite character? Mine. I've always loved
I think
Batman.
Ahsoka Tano. Definitely my favorite character.
God. Anyway, I'll jump on that bandwagon with you, not because she has my heart, but because of her white lightsabers, bro. Like,
But she does have our
love them.
hearts.
She does have our hearts.
Yeah, she does.
She no, and legit. I've never seen another fictional character get so much attention from any kind of community than Ahsoka Tano.
Dude,
like,
for reals,
at
it's
all.
insane. Like the videos I sent to the group chat of people. Oh my gosh. How do you
I don't know how you have time to make things like this.
Dude.
How you even have. I swear, I hope they're not real feelings. I hope it's all jokes.
Yeah,
I hope it's all jokes.
for the viewers, it's I'm not sure if you've seen them on like Instagram or something, but they're edits and it's like slow-mo edits and like heart emoji edits and stuff. But the thing is, she's a fictional character and she's also like 16. So-
Well, she's 16. She's 16 in a galaxy far, far away, which means her 16 could be our 26. You never know. So
That's true. But yeah,
oh man, yeah.
I don't know.
So
Anyways,
I love Batman.
anyways,
Batman.
I'm gonna say Stark because I don't know. I just like the tech behind Stark. I find it fascinating.
Batman
Everything
has
that
tech
goes-
too.
No, he does
It doesn't even explain. It's just called nanotech.
exactly.
Oh,
You just watch. You don't need to know. It's just one of those things like
True.
boom. It's like AI. You know, it just
you're just
is what
like,
it is.
dang,
This
it
is
what
AI
it
tech.
is.
You're just thrown back by it. But no,
It is
I do
what
like- I
it
do-
is.
yeah, I do like Batman though. I mean, because Batman, he doesn't have these superhuman powers. You know, he's a
Mhm.
man. You know,
Mhm.
Well, just like
And-
Stark.
yeah,
Stark has
exactly.
the suit. Batman
Yeah,
has
it's
the tech.
true. Yeah, exactly. Well, Stark has tech too.
But he also has tech built inside of him, so I feel like
Yeah.
it kind of makes a difference.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
but
no.
it doesn't make him superhuman. But then again, you remove that from him
Kind
and
of.
he's dying. You think
Yep.
so? You think that makes him superhuman?
Well, let's say I had an artificial chest piece
Uh-huh.
right
But-
here,
but
and it
that's
was
the- it's not an
robot dug
artificial
inside
chest,
my
though.
chest.
It's
Mm.
not artificial. It's a device to pull the metal away from his insides. It doesn't
Yeah.
give him superhuman strength.
No.
But I mean,
The power
Yeah.
inside it
who
pulls
wouldn't want
the
that
metal, right?
piece in their chest? You know what I mean?
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, who wouldn't want that piece? It like glows through your shirt, dude. That would look pretty cool.
Oh, man. Cisco's thinking about the stage presence. He's just
Yeah,
like,
that's
Yeah,
what he is.
dude.
He
He's
just
all
That's
like,
super
"What's
cool.
up, ladies?"
yeah. Oh, he's like,
What's up,
look at
ladies?
me. I have a glowing chest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
but no, I know what I'm gonna get you, man, as a gift. I'm gonna get you a glowing chest
Oh my god.
and it's
And a
and-
knife and a suture
and-
kit.
and the suture
Yeah.
kit and
I'll just
the
cut
game
you open.
operation and the
There
game
you go.
operation
and the
for
game
you.
operation. Instructions on how to cut a hole in your chest. Shouldn't
Yeah.
be too hard.
Just watch Iron Man. And then I'll
Basically.
just-
Yep.
Yeah.
If you could choose any profession, what would it be and why?
Professional Fortnite player,
Why?
like Ninja. Because, dude, you know how much money he makes for playing games?
the top player?
Millions. Yeah,
The top
Ninja.
player?
Have you ever heard of him or no?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
But tell me this.
He's a weird dude, not gonna lie, but
Yeah, but okay, so you're gonna get all this money for playing video games. Do you think that would get boring? I know like we enjoy playing video games,
Mhm.
but you're so good and you're the top player. Don't you think that'll be kind of boring after a while?
well, that's why after like a year of playing, then I would switch to
He switched to eating competitions.
yeah, professional eater.
Professional eater. Little Caesar's eater. That'd be it. How many pies can you eat?
Pizza pies.
Pizza pies.
Mhm.
The pizza pies.
I don't know. I didn't think about these questions. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of just
Mhm.
my little hamster wheel in my head is spinning. But I would want to choose a profession that I would enjoy. I wouldn't have to be tied down anywhere, and I wouldn't get tired of it. And I
Yeah.
can't think of what that would be.
I think for me, like actually, it would probably be a nature photographer, like to be able to travel around and stuff.
That'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That would be cool. I you know what? I wouldn't mind going out like taking pictures of those animals, like National Geographic. They have some really cool shots of those animals. I mean, obviously they're very far away, but they take some beautiful photography, man. And you got to travel around. That'd be cool.
Dude, actually, talking about photography, I was in 8th grade and I tried to take photography for freshman year, and then
Uh-huh.
they said it was full. And then I tried freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year, and they all said it was full. So then I was barely able to get it to get photography for this year, and that's when like coronavirus hit. So I'm
Oh,
basically
trash,
learning
bro.
nothing. And the people that are there are terrible. They're like, "Wait, what's landscape? What's portrait?" Like, dude, these people these people are placed in here, and I've been wanting to get in here since like 8th grade. Like, what
Wait,
the
are
heck?
those the?
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
You're like, I've
Hey, at
been
least
wanting to take advantage of the public school system for 4 years, and you're giving me
Yeah.
this? Like,
Or like they'll show their pictures. It's what we're supposed to go take something abstract, and it'll be like a picture of grass, but it's blurry, and they'll get like an A, and I'm like, dude, like how are these people in this class?
a portrait of grass.
Yeah,
technically it
yeah,
wouldn't be a portrait, right? Unless there's something in the foreground that is in focus and the back is all bokeh, right? That would qualify as a portrait, wouldn't it?
I guess maybe,
Yeah.
but
I don't
like
know.
yeah, so like the kids in there know
I don't know.
nothing, and they're like, oh, what do you like about this picture? And they're like, I like the fruit bowl, and then that's it. Like,
I think you want to take it more serious than everybody else because
Yeah,
you actually want to do it.
he wants
yeah,
it.
So yeah. Hey, the good thing though, you can go out and take photos of nature, and you don't have to have anyone around you. Just be you. You know.
Go in your backyard, take a picture of your dog
Yep. Make
nature
sure it's
photography.
make sure it's blurry.
in the wild and make sure it's blurry.
It's like those videos on Instagram where it's like, I quit college to become a photographer, and then it shows their pictures and it's all blurry.
Dude,
Great.
Oh man.
using what is it called? Blur or no? What did Enrique call it? It was
Bokeh. That's bokeh.
bokeh. There you go. Yeah, bokeh.
Yeah.
All right. So then our last question: what's the worst thing ever said, happened, or done to you, and how did you handle it? Um, dude, this one was a hard one for me. I think I'll go with the worst thing ever said. I think the worst thing ever said, and it really hurt me. Um, it was a friend of mine, old friend, no longer a friend of mine, but my grandfather was dying, and my friend he asked me, how does it feel to see your grandfather dying slowly on his deathbed? Um, that was a question that was told to me, that was asked to me, and when he said that, um, it didn't really like. It was the worst thing said to me because it was a friend, called a friend, but it didn't hurt me in the way that I thought that it would, and
Yeah.
and the reason why I'm sharing this is because a lot of people are so touchy on what they are told today,
Mhm.
and it's just like, oh my god, like this person said this to me. Can you believe it? Can you believe that person said this? Can you believe they said that? Um, my cousins, on the other hand, they wanted to string them up, but that's a different story. and when when push came to shove, I left it alone. I didn't say anything. I literally walked away, um, because I'm a firm believer in that. Not in karma. What goes around comes around. It's just you'll be taken care of. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
you'll not necessarily with your life, but there will be things that happen in your life that will help you understand that your actions taken that day, you'll see why it either hurt that person by you being hurt one day. And he's been through a lot of stuff, from what I've heard, worse than what I've been through with my family. So I'm fairly certain he was taken care of. But the way that I handled it was I left it alone, and I guess you can say just left it in God's hands, really, at that point, and just you have to push through, because if you can do that, and this is what I want to stress to everybody, if you can do that, you can show that you're the better person, and you can show that you're above them in every way.
Yeah.
So that's the worst thing that was said to me.
Hmm. Yeah, no, like you said, you could have done a lot of different things in that situation. You know?
Yeah. It kind of makes you grow thick skin,
Yeah.
and that's one thing that my parents have always tried to instill in me, dude. Like I I hate when people are so like, can you believe what they said? Can you believe how they said
Yeah.
it? Shut up. Like, move on, bro. Like
Yeah.
there's so many more things you can do on in life and go on doing in life if you just block all that noise out, man. Just
Yeah.
forget about people's opinions and just keep rolling with what you want to do. Like,
Yeah. Agreed. Well, for me, the worst thing, maybe not necessarily the worst thing coming to mind. Like I said, I can't think tonight. But what does come to mind is something that happened that it hadn't happened to me ever, I think, or maybe I haven't been um, aware of it. Maybe. So I went camping recently. Me and my family, we went out. Not really camping. We rented a cabin, like I think like 4 or 5 bedroom cabin for all my family, right? And we all went out there, and there was a little itty bitty town, and we drove down there to go get to the grocery store, buy some groceries, buy some wine for dinner. And me and my brother-in-law, we walk into the store, and obviously you can totally tell it was like kind of hipsterish. It just seemed like you would see it in one of those Netflix shows where it's all like the country western kind of
oh,
thing.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So basically the town was predominantly white,
Mhm.
right? So we walk in there, and me and my brother-in-law, and we were like looking around. We looked at the wine, and they had like organic this and organic that. It was a pretty cool looking store. And the lady at the cashier, we were looking in the fridge, and she looks at us, and she's like, "Oh, the cervezas are over there." And I'm like, and this white lady told us like that, and I'm just like, what? Like, really?
The cervezas are over there.
Yeah, I'm like, just because I'm like Mexican doesn't mean like, why couldn't I come in for like gluten-free homemade bread
Dude.
or something? You know what I mean? Or
Right.
like some wine and smoked Gouda and crackers. You know, like, why do I got to be going there for cerveza? And then she
Right.
said it like that, and it really bothered me, and it had never happened before. And I looked at my brother-in-law, and he's like, "Did she just say what I think she's?" I said, "Yeah." And we were both like, literally, we were just like staring at, like, our jaws dropped, like, seriously. And I never experienced that, you know.
Yeah.
And I was and I didn't want to take it as her being like racist, but I kind of did. And then
Well, because
I was
you were
like,
here, you were in California, or was it in
yeah,
California, or where was it?
yeah, it was like near Napa Valley.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Well,
was it Napa? Yeah, yeah, Napa.
because that makes sense.
So yeah, so but it would just it bothered me, you know, and I just didn't say anything. And like, I'm like, he's like, "Did you want to?" I said, "No." I said, "Let's go somewhere else." So we went to like the liquor store that was down the street. Not even, it was only down the street, like a few buildings over, instead of there. But yeah, me and my brother-in-law had a conversation, and we're like, and I told him, I said, "That's never happened to me before," and it was just a weird feeling. It was like a crappy feeling, to be honest with you. And I was like, "Let's get out of here. I don't want to be here." And then we went to the liquor store, and then some of my gente, my people, you know, there was some gardeners going in, and I was, "Hey, there we go. Let's go with them,"
There we
you know.
go.
But yeah, like people at the liquor store, we got some chips and our stuff, and it was fine. But yeah, that was like something I wanted to say something,
Mm.
but you just leave it alone.
Yeah, you just gotta
And
leave that alone.
yeah, we just didn't buy it. We just didn't give them our money, and we're like, we're gonna go somewhere else.
Because that's where you
And-
hurt them, bro. You hurt them where it hurts. The wallet.
Yep, exactly. But I mean, did she mean it that way? Probably, maybe not. Who knows? Did I take it that way? Definitely. So
Dude.
that was something that happened to me.
That's just laughable, dude. Like, I mean, in the
Yeah.
situation, it's not cool, but it's just laughable because you're like,
Oh yeah.
what?
Me and my brother-in-law talked about it when we got back to the cabin with everybody, and like we laugh about it now, but it's just
Yeah.
like I'm still like, dude, did that actually happen?
Dude, well, because
But
and it's funny about those small towns. A friend of mine, he told his daughter told me this, and because she loves like small towns, like up in the mountains, right? These small little towns and stuff. These
Yeah.
are very quaint, dainty, all that stuff.
mountain
And
people,
he was just like, yeah,
yeah,
and he was just like, well, they're black, right? So
Mhm.
he was just like, well, and he's from Texas. So he came up this way, and he was like, well, I'll tell you one thing about those small towns. Yeah, they're fun to visit and fun to stay in. He goes, or fun to visit and fun to be around because the people want you to visit. He goes, but they're not fun to live in. Like they're fine with you visiting, they're not fine with you staying. And it's funny because every single time we go to like a small town or like vacation in a small town, very small town, you see that. Like it's just like, and I'm like, dang man, like, have you guys not been exposed to the outside world? Like, like this year, have you not been exposed
like,
to this year yet? You
we
know,
don't
this
like
century?
we don't like the kind. We don't have. How do they say it?
We don't serve your kind here.
Yeah, we don't want your likes around here. I don't know how they say it. Whatever.
Man, I don't know, dude. It's all like, what was that? Oh, like in Remember the Titans? It's just like, we're full tonight, boys. And it's just like, what do you mean? There's empty tables. So like, we don't serve it here. If you want something, Lucille can cook you something out back. I was like, oh, dang.
Lucille. Well, there is a barbecue place called Lucille's. It's pretty bomb.
Hey,
but
telling you,
hey,
got the cue.
oh,
What about
man.
you, Cisco?
Like something that someone said to me or what?
Yeah, just said, happened, or done to you. Like anything, any like the worst thing.
Dude, like I'm trying
Like,
to
did someone throw a hot pizza in your face or something? Or
I'm trying to think and like nothing's coming to my mind right now.
Dang, you've had a very precious life.
Yeah, dude.
Blessed.
yes,
Blessed be the way.
Blessed be thy Cisco.
Well, you know what? While you think about that, let's go into stupid experiences. Because like we've all had stupid experiences, you know? And
Yeah.
like for me recently, I've had a couple stupid experiences. The first one, I had a run-in with a transient at work. For those who don't know what a transient is, it is a homeless person. And it got to the point, dude, where the guy was about to square up on me. And
Is this the story that you told me?
Square up?
yeah, dude, he was gonna square up. I'm telling
Did
you,
you
bro.
square up?
Huh? Oh yeah, I pumped out my chest like this.
Nice.
I was all like, squawk, 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 squawk.
What
You know?
was your chest glowing?
It was glowing, bro, and I was
Have
just
you
like,
guys
my
seen-
name's Schmidt. My name's Schmidt, and I was just like,
Have you guys ever seen Zookeeper?
which one?
Zookeeper?
Oh yeah.
Where
Yes.
he goes in attack position. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like imitating the bullfrogs.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck are you doing, bro?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man. Okay,
dude.
so square up means wanting to fight. If nobody
Yes.
knows what square up means, so,
Dude, yes, and he
Yeah.
was ready to do because what he was doing. Or did I tell you this? I think
You-
I told you the story, right? Well,
yeah,
well,
no,
Tone,
yeah,
I think I told
but
Tone the story. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yes.
So the guy. I know I didn't tell Cisco, but this guy, he was outside of our building at work, and he was cleaning his bike. And I was walking past him. I was like, dude, it's too early in the morning. My brain's still trying to function. Like I'm just trying to get into the building so I can get to my computer and go to work. So I didn't realize what he was doing. Well, he was cleaning off his bicycle, and I just said good morning, right? And he was like good morning, and I walked past him. So then there's a bunch of nurses, they're all girls, and they're sitting there at the window, like looking at him, and like they're standing around. I'm like, what the heck's going on, dude? Like, why are you get to work? And I'm checking in and everything. They're taking my temp, and I hear one of the girls say, well, he knows we're not going to do anything about it because we're girls. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? And they said that he was cleaning himself. He was cleaning himself like with the wipes and everything and throwing them onto the lawn. And I was like, what? And as soon as I look over to my left out the window, it's like, it was like something out of a movie. Like when the parent looks at the kid and the parent's like, no, do not touch that. And then the kid just looks like dead right there in their face. And they go, bloop, like they touch the thing, right? When I looked at him, it was square in the face, like just right there in the eyes. And he goes like this with the wipe, looks at me, goes like this. Just throws it on the lawn. I was like, oh heck no. I ripped off my backpack so fast. I ripped it off, put it down. I bust that door open, and I felt like I was yelling at my child. Like I told him, I was like, you better pick up your stuff right now. Or that bike is getting tossed. And he was just like, oh, won't you pick it up? Won't you pick it up? And like he was using other words and vulgarity and stuff.
Yeah.
And so as I started walking towards him, dude, he went his chest went puffed up, and I was all like, bro, you don't want now, like you don't want to try it. And as soon as I said that, then my boss comes from around the corner and he goes, hey, hey, and then he like obviously he realizes 2 against 1, he's not gonna win, and dude, he gets up on his bike and he starts riding away. Oh man, but it was so, it was, it was such an experience. Like it was one of those things where, just like you said, you were like, did that happen? Like, did that really happen this all day? I thought it was just something like a funny dream. Like, I really wanted to tell people, like, I had this dream where this homeless person was ready to fight me, and like I was just I was about to lay down.
Well,
You know, like,
you did come at him, you know.
I did, but not in that fashion. I was
Yeah.
walking towards him because I was gonna grab him and throw him down to pick up his stuff, not to fight him.
But then again, like that's your job, you know. They have to. They should have securities out there for that reason.
That's the
to
thing.
Stop that.
Our security is a freaking 58-year-old maintenance man and his assistant who's 46 or something like that, who they don't show up until 9:30. So I was there super early in the morning, and all these girls are in, and that, I think that's what made me upset about it in the first place, was that he was doing it and intimidating these women. Like, and they knew, or he knew, that they weren't going to do anything about it because he was bigger than them. He was a man, and they weren't going to risk, anything like that. And I think that's what kind of sparked me off. For that, because I was just like, you're not going to do that here, But yeah, I mean, the transient problem throughout California is getting worse. Obviously, thank you, California state government, for your progressive ways and allowing it. Thanks. So shout out to the governor.
Dude, that reminds me of this experience one time. I think it was sophomore year, the end of sophomore year. I can't remember. We were me and I'm not sure if they're okay with me shouting them out, but I was with two friends and my friend's little okay, let me restart. So we go to the dirt bike ramps, right? And there's 4 of us.
Mhm.
Well, there's 3 of us. And then my friend's little brother goes, and there's these 2 kids. They look like our age. They're going and they're like jumping on the ramps and stuff. And my friend's little brother, I'm trying to keep out names. He walks on the ramp. He trips and he rolls down, and the guy with the bike has to stop hecka fast. And he's like, "Hey, come on, man." And he's like, "Oh, my bad." Keep in mind, he's like 8 years old, and he fell. It was hecka funny, dude, because it was like a roll. And he gets up, and we're like, "Oh, my bad, my bad." And then he, I forgot what he says. He says something, and then his older brother, the kid who fell, his older brother, he's like, "Hey, what?" Or he said something. It was like something dumb. I can remember. But so we go, and we're about to leave, and then the kid on the bike is like, "Yeah, you better walk away." But he like used some
What?
he used some no words. And then my friend, he got really mad, and he turned around and he's like, "What? What'd you say?" And he was like, "Nah, go ahead, walk away."
Nah, go ahead. I'll give you the choice.
He said that. And he was with another kid, and I was kind of getting mad already because he was like cussing at us for like no
gosh.
reason. So we leave, and then we come back. We come back there with our cruiser boards with like the really big wheels, so we could try it. And they're like staring at us. They're literally just standing there on their bikes staring at us. So we're there, and I forgot what my friend says, but he asked him something, and it got him really mad. Like, I can't remember the exact details because what he said was like really little, but it got him really mad to where he was like, "Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And
Yeah.
I remember they were like freshmen, dude. They were so dumb. They were like smaller than me, and I'm kind of small. And so
Nah, bro, you're like 8 foot.
yeah, dude, 8'4".
6 foot, 7 foot.
8 foot.
No, but yeah. He gets really mad, and he's like, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" And then I was like, "Yo, bro, come at me, bro." And I like put up my fist and I punch him in the face and I throw him in the river, right? So, like, other guy. No.
You're so stupid.
Man, you were so passionate. I almost believed you.
Oh my gosh, dude. And I like how he's all like, and I throw him in the river, right? Like
He's like, "Right, I did that, right?"
No, so what happens is he was like, "Hey man, it was a mistake." Or okay, my friend, he was like, "Hey man, it was a mistake." And then he says, just like how your parents made you.
Oh my god.
Dude, I was laughing so hard because these kids are hecka mad, dude. They're hecka mad. And then he gets off his bike and he's like, "Hey, man, what's up? Like, what do you like? Walk away, bro." And he starts like cussing like a lot. So we're there and we just ignore him. We're still skateboarding. And then he hits me with his bike, dude. Like I was standing there, and this was like 5 minutes later. He rams me with his bike, right? I got so mad, and then my friend started walking over there to like where I was,
Mhm.
and then my mom comes in with a bunch of little kids because it was a gathering.
Oh no.
A bunch of little kids at that exact moment where we were walking up to him, and then like it was like
Anakin
an
must have been
awkward
happy.
moment, and like a bunch of kids walking. There's like 8 of them with my mom. So we just like look at them, and then I'm just like, dude, I'm not gonna do this right now because I was mature about it.
There you
So I
go.
walked
So wait, did all these little kids fall to the floor and roll in front of his bike?
no,
Like the whole mob of kids just started.
No, they
But,
bowed before Anakin.
yeah.
Right.
And then, so one of my other friends, the other kid that was there, he ran over his foot at the same exact moment. So like there was
There was a
There-
lot of pieces that this could have ended up going wrong.
Yeah.
that was gonna happen, and then my mom walks in with a bunch of little kids, so we all just like walk away. But thank you, mom.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mom.
that's right. God sent her over at the right time.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Well, I've also had people try steal money at my work from their loved ones. So, like, we have like a bank account at work, right? Where older ones are allowed to, keep their money. And people actually will try and come in and try and say that their mom or that their dad or whatever their loved one, they'll try and say that they want them to take out like $6,000 in their name. And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, it's not that extravagant. Sometimes it's like $600.
Yeah.
I think the most it was like $3,400. And I was just like, what do you mean? Like, what do you need it for? Right. And dude, so this is the thing. It's the law that if somebody tries to take out money from their loved one's account, they need to show just cause. They need to show why it is that they're taking that money out. If they're using it on the resident, what for? So
It's not just you being nosy. Basically.
yes, exactly. Yeah. So it is just cause. It is a law. So I tell them all the time. I start questioning. I go, well, what's the money for, and this and that. So tell me, dude. the person goes, oh, well, I'm just trying to pay their rent. And I'm like, their rent? He goes, yeah, their rent. I go, they live here. And he goes, yeah, but they still have their house and like they need to pay their rent. I said, but they've been living here for 6 years. like, what do you mean? Did they just like move out from here and now they need rent money? And the person just goes, no, I just need to pay their rent. I said, but how are you going to pay their rent if they've lived here for 6 years? Mm-hmm. And they're just like, well, yeah, like their rent, my rent, it's the same thing. And I'm like, so you need to pay your rent for your house.
Like, using their money.
Dude, using their money. And I'm telling you, like a lot of people, a lot of people don't understand that what I do at my job is I also have to protect my residents financially. So I create forms like to actually catch people in lies and to protect the residents, the income, the assets, all that stuff. And it's so funny when you start catching people up or like you start really like making them slip up, because I told this one lady who was using like half of the Social Security check every month for supplies for her mother. And I said, you know what? After it was like 3 months in, and I was like, there's no way, like we can't keep doing like, there's something called non-covered service, but stuff like that. But
yeah.
I was like, there's no way that we can be using this much money on something that the resident doesn't even have here in the facility. So I said, hey, I need you to bring me those bills that you say that you're like the receipts. I need you to bring me everything to show what you're using this money for. And as soon as I did that, bro, it stopped. And then all of a sudden, all that money came back and deposited into the resident's account. I'm just like, you guys, you have no idea how many shady people there are until like when you do what I do, because there's so many people out there. When I would hear about like elderly financial abuse, I didn't really like believe it, quote unquote, like, dude,
how it's much. A thing, man.
And it's
so
thing. Bad. It is a
Yeah.
thing, dude. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
that there's stupid people
bad.
like that.
It's bad, you know. And have you've probably had to report people
Oh
for
yeah, sending
elder abuse,
a
right?
social
Financial.
341. Yeah.
Yep, I know that form. Yeah, because I've seen them too. You know, when you work in the human service building, it's like you get all those. You know, you get the SCAR reports, which are reports like if people call in child abuse or
Mhm.
like elder abuse and stuff like that. And it's crazy. You see it, and it's so messed up because these are their family members. You know, and it can be even people who have power of attorney over their grandparents, and it's like you have their parents, their grandparents living in an institution, right? Yeah, they have insurance, whether it's their private or it's from the state, that's covering the cost of living in this institution and everything. But these people are on a fixed income. You know, their income, it doesn't, I mean, what they get a cost of living increase once a year, but it's really not that much.
Yeah.
And for them, for these people to go in there and take, and the worst part about it's your family, your grandparents, even your parents, you know, to take their money and use it for your own personal stuff. That's just that's wrong,
Oh
you
yeah.
know. And but I've seen it, man. I've seen it too, and it's bad.
It's jacked up. It's
Yeah,
really messed up.
it's so messed up.
Um,
But
that was
I have a couple though. I mean, not
yeah.
as
Show me. Tell me. Tell us.
okay. So I don't remember exactly how this story. It was kind of funny though because I just remember. So me and Josh share a love for this wonderful, exquisite sandwich. You know, it's nice. It's like a 6-inch sandwich. You know, has like this super gourmet sauce and some pickles. It's gourmet sauce and pickles, and it's a pork sandwich. I mean, and it's slow roasted, cooked. I mean, you pull it apart, and the meat it just falling off. There's no bones, right? But if there was a bone, it would just fall off the bone. And this sandwich is called the McRib, right? So,
Bruh.
so this McRib, this filet mignon of sandwiches, right?
Basically.
Basically, I mean, if you don't like the filet mignon, just I don't know. Don't stop listening to us, but go try it. Go have one. Not filet mignon, McRib. What am I talking
The
about?
McRib, bro. The McRib.
So, anyways, long story short, not so short, but I told Josh, I think I went up to visit him for the weekend, and I came down. And I said, "Dude, the McRib is out. Go get a McRib." And because I had just got home, and I got a McRib, and I love the McRib. My dad loves them too. So I don't know if I called you or texted you. I said, "Hey, man, the McRib is out. You got to go do it."
Yeah.
Josh was excited. He's like, "Oh, dude, what? Really?" I said, "Yeah, man, I just got one." And I think I sent him a picture of my McRib and everything. And then the next day, I mean, excitement to the max. The next day, Josh goes to McDonald's and tries to get the McRib, and I don't know what they told him, but basically he calls me. I think you were mad. He was
Dude,
so mad.
I was so mad because I told you, I was like, the McRib is back. Like, yes. I was like, okay, cool. Like, and I should have been like, on God, no. I'm kidding. But dude, when I went there, I told the guy, I was all like, hey, the McRib's supposed to be on the menu. And he goes, no, we don't have the McRib here. I said, how do you not have the McRib here? It's in Bakersfield, right? I was like, it's over there. I was like, how can you not have it? It's in Southern California. Like, it's all in Southern California. Where's the McRib here? And he was just like, he goes, oh, yeah. So it stops at like a little bit above the Grapevine. And from there down, the McRib's being sold. I was like, oh my God. Dude, I was so excited. I was so excited all day. My mouth was watering for McRib. And let me tell you, it was so bad that it was a couple months after that we went to Hawaii, me and my wife, and we went to Hawaii, and Hawaii had the McRib over there, just regular. They had the McRib, and every single day I went twice a day to get a McRib, like, and it was just like every day, and it was so funny because I would take pictures like on Snap and IG and stuff. And people would be like, you for real are in Hawaii and you're eating a McRib? And I was like, dude, it's the best Hawaiian food that I've had right now. Like, I'm telling you, every single day, dude. I was there for, 3 weeks? And I was there just every single day. McRib. Dude, think about that. Think about waiting years for the McRib to come back. Your friend tells you, your friend who's so trustworthy and loyal tells you the McRib is back. And you're just like, oh yeah, this is my friend. I'm never gonna doubt. And you go to McDonald's and it's not there.
Your heart just shatters.
It
And then you went on the you binged McRibs in Hawaii.
Dude, I did.
mean,
I'll tell you what, like that satisfied my cravings until I heard the McRib was back recently, and I was like,
yes,
dude, I'll look at
Nice.
Simone, and I'll be like, she's like, are you hungry? I'm like, McRib? Like, is that what you want? You want McRib?
that reminds me of, is it the little seagulls that are like mine?
Oh,
mine?
my, yes,
That
dude,
just Josh McRib.
McRib. That's me, bro. That is.
But yeah,
that's
man,
me.
that was, I mean, that was just a funny, stupid experience because like really, SoCal's gonna have it, but NorCal's not.
Yes.
I mean, and if you're not familiar, SoCal, Southern California, NorCal, Northern California, because I know we have fatties out there listening from other countries. Yeah, and thank you for listening to us. So yeah, so it's just like California split between North and South, and one side has the McRib, which is me, and then one side didn't, which is Josh. So technically, I did not lie to you. The McRib was out for me. But
dude, do you remember when I was visiting you and the McRib was there? We drove and the one McDonald's that was closest to you didn't have it. The one that was furthest away from you on the freeway had it. So we drove to the other side like 40 minutes out of our way to go get the McRib before I went home.
Yeah, you had to. But
that's hilarious.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Fatties. The McRib is now available.
It is now available.
We're not
nationwide.
Nationwide. I mean, yeah, we're not sponsored, but hey, McDonald's, pick us up.
Dude,
you know?
Loving it. My username.
Yeah. And hey, you know what? What's Josh? I know we recommended last time about getting these chicken nuggies right here, extra crispy.
Yeah, get them
well done. Yeah. So how do you recommend the McRib? I like it how it is.
I have to go to a business meeting. The bathroom.
Okay.
So
for me,
how do you for the fatties? What would you recommend? How would you recommend the fatties to try this McRib?
Dude, I always get the McRib with extra barbecue sauce. I get it how it comes, right? It comes with the onions and the pickles. I'll always get it with extra barbecue sauce and a lot of lettuce because it doesn't come with lettuce. So I'll tell them I want lettuce, but I want extra lettuce on top of that because when you get it and you have like the sandwich in your hand, dang, my mouth's watering, dude. I need to go get a McRib, and like I have it, it's just so good with that extra lettuce. It's like it gives it the necessary crunch because the type of bread that it comes on is like
soft.
Yes, it's soft, but it's like a deli type bread, like a roll, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a deli type roll. So it gives that perfect crunch that you need to have with that. Because you know who actually came out with something similar was what's it called? Oh, that's odd. Who came out with something similar was Subway with their barbecue rib sandwich.
Yeah,
but
they did.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did we just lose Craig?
I think we lost Craig.
Hold on, guys.
But,
if we're still recording, Craig is our recorder. He records for us.
It's fine. I'll find out if I can pull the audio from the video. We'll find out soon enough.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I'm going to continue then. There's another stupid experience that I talked about. Craig, come back. Craig, come back, Craig.
Dude, I think we're going. I don't know. Keep going.
I don't know, man. But I thought this was stupid. It kind of made me mad at the same time. So there was, when movie theaters kind of opened up again here in town, the movie theaters, they wanted people to come. And it was a studio movie grill, a movie theater where you go, you order your food, you can get alcohol, you can get food and everything. They bring it all to you. You're sitting at your chair, you push a button, they come take your order. It's like a restaurant, but you're in a movie. Really not. It's really awesome. Mm-hmm. So what they did to kind of entice people to come back, they gave 4 free movie tickets, right? For each car. And it was a drive up, it was still during COVID when they're closed down now because, the restrictions again, but they were giving these tickets out. I was going to go, but there was literally a line around the block and down the street. It was ridiculous. So what I wasn't a fan. I didn't want to wait, right? So the next day or 2 days later, I go into work, right? Because I wasn't working from home yet. And I seen a poster like on the, your work has these billboards of people selling their dogs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody put on there selling 4 movie tickets, right? 4 movie tickets for like $35, right? And I was like, wait a minute. And then I looked
Don't
at them
tell
and
me
they
it
put a
was your
screenshot of the
coworker,
movie
bro.
tickets. Yeah. And they were selling these 4 free tickets that they got because they waited in that line. They're selling to try and make a profit. I'm like, dude, these were free, first of all. And it probably says no resale value on the ticket. You shouldn't be trying to make money off of it, especially trying to scam your coworkers. Like, dude, these are the people you work with. And you're over here trying to like, it made me mad. I thought that was just stupid. Like, I mean,
Bro.
I know people are hurting for money, but come on, man. Like, really?
So what you're saying is it was free. They were selling it for $35. That sounds like a 3,500% profit.
Yeah, but I was tempted. Oh, and you know what? I actually got the thing, and I took a picture of it, and I sent it to our I was mad, so I sent it to our
You snitched
safety
him out?
coordinator.
Oh my
I sent it
gosh.
to our safety coordinator that handles all that stuff, and if it's not an approved posting, they make you take it down. Email goes out, done.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dang.
But I'm like, dude, get out of here with that. Like, okay. And I was tempted to call the number. Hey, I'll give you $5 for those 4 tickets you got for free at Studio Movie Grill. Because you know what?
You
I'm like,
should've-
it's $5 profit. Am I wrong? You're still gonna make money.
There you go.
And I was like, and if he said no, I'm like, I'll give you $2. I was bothered by it. I was so mad by it. It
You
was
were
the stupidest.
triggered. It triggered you.
Yeah, it triggered me. But I mean, I get it. Trying to make some money.
Yeah.
But when there's people out there that know what you're doing, it's not gonna
when
work.
it's obvious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
Well, shoot.
hold on, Cisco. By the way,
What?
we lost Craig. We don't know if we're being recorded right now. We're gonna try it, but
Uh-oh. That usually
he
means
left.
no.
Yeah.
He left.
We're not
Craig
being
went.
recorded right now.
Peace. So, but it's all good. We got obs. We're
Yeah.
good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you,
that's with talking about movie tickets, and that's a wrap. Shoot, we'll wrap up this episode. So thank you very much, Phatties. Thank you to all of our listeners for tuning into the toxicity of the Phat Chat. I hope you've enjoyed today's session, especially the recap: dating, who pays for what, dating with kids, answering your questions, talking about our experiences. We hope that you enjoyed it as much as we do. And always a big thank you to everyone who's tuning in around the world. We wouldn't enjoy doing this if we didn't have your support and your listening. So thank you so much once again. Tune in to the next episode for these topics. And as always, please send us your questions because we love to answer those as we've seen tonight. So with these topics coming out, number 1, books and booze with our guest, Ayana. 2, fitness. What are your goals and routines? And how far is too far when training? And 3, does age matter? Well, we'll find out in the next episode of the Phat Chat dropping on December 21st, 2020. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on any platform you're listening on. If you like us, then give us a 5-star rating. Don't forget, we need your help to get to those 1,500 followers on Instagram and 1,000 plays on any platform. So how can you help? Post us on your stories and your feed, shout us out, and we'll do the same. Check out that promo that's going on right now by, I like to say the well-dressed, well-groomed person of the Phat Chat, our very own
handsome
Cisco right here. So go ahead and check out that promo. Enter the topic raffle, and we'll host another raffle if you help us get to our goal, and we'll probably do that PS5. So again, thanks, Phatties, for tuning in. This is the Phat Chat, and we're signing off.